campaign types are a really, really big part of strategy on the search network. And basically, you have your campaigns here, and we're going to learn more about this with the naming convention builder. It'll help. But you're not going to have one campaign in a Google ad account. You're going to have a couple. And we used to have a lot back in the day. Like you kind of make one per product, or sometimes even more specific than that. Sometimes, there were a lot of different times when it made sense to make new campaigns. Um, but now we really have two types, and it's branded search and non-brand search. So now, how it works in the paid social, like D2C, e-commerce type of account, right, where you're using Facebook ads or TikTok as your primary driver of sales, a lot of those people are going to spill over onto Google, and they're going to search like something that they saw on Facebook. They're not going to remember it perfectly. They'll sometimes remember your brand and they'll search that and they want to look you up. But they maybe are like, what was that Leo jewelry? What were those Zodiac bracelets I saw? The non-brands. These are generic. They're not brand. So it's usually, we call them brand and non-brand. Now, the reason that you split those out into separate campaigns, and I don't have any brand examples, I just can't have brand examples here because I didn't run any paid social ads. But so nobody knows what Zodiac Collective is. It doesn't really exist, right? Like nobody ever saw ads for it anywhere. But basically, brand traffic is a hell of a lot cheaper and it's a hell of a lot higher intent. Your CPCs would probably be like 5 cents, 10 cents. Like they're just very, very low, especially for like more unique terms. So like now you may have, like, if my brand was called Zodiac Jewelry, it's kind of tricky because now your product term is your brand term. So you don't like this. The approach then is a little bit different when it comes to bidding, but we still segment them out. So anyway, so branded search. Basically, it's just the name of your brands with keyword modifiers. I'm going to make a whole other video on that. And then there's the non-brand search. Non-brand has a few different types of campaigns. Now, back in the day, we used to do competitor campaigns. We used to do retailer campaigns. So you'd have a whole campaign just with like Zodiac Jewelry, Amazon, Zodiac Jewelry, whatever, Walmart. And you would try to target those. We also used to do, like I said, competitors. So anyone that's selling Zodiac Jewelry would make a whole separate campaign for those. And the biggest reason for splitting these campaigns out is, again, the traffic comes with different intent. So I remember like looking at my whole book and seeing like, okay, retail terms maybe had a 4% conversion rate on average. Non-brand had a 2%, and branded search had like 10 or something. Don't remember the exact numbers, but you could see there's clear differences in intent for the same product just based on what people are searching. And it's basically, the more they remember you, the higher the intent is, and that was usually people searching for brand. So we don't want our brand terms getting mixed in with our non-brand terms because it'll impact how we bid. So if we look at keywords, and if we want to pay less for a certain keyword or pay more for a certain keyword, it's going to throw us off if there's brand terms showing up in here, and we can't filter out search terms at the keyword level. So you have to take your brand terms, put them in negative keyword lists, and basically apply them to all your non-brand campaigns so your brand terms don't start showing up and mixing up your traffic. What happens here is when you do that, you end up overpaying for your non-brand campaigns because you think they're doing well, even though a lot of the traffic is brand, and you just end up paying more. This happens all the time. A lot of accounts that I take over just have poor segmentation. They don't do it right. If you want me to take a look at this, hit me up. I'll take a look. I'll let you know if the segmentation is good. I'll let you know if you're overpaying. Again, at this point in time, wrapping up 2022, I'm taking on brands that are overspending sometimes 30 to 50%. I straight up like look in Northbeam. I cut their budgets in half, and the sales maybe dip like 5%. Like there's really, people are just overpaying right now and they don't know why. And it's a little more complicated than just search. But anyway, with the campaign types, you're using negative keyword lists to split out the types. So I'm going to actually go in the next video into how to make the branded search negative keyword list. and then we'll actually apply it. But before that, we're going to look at naming convention builder. So we'll look at naming convention builder, then we'll do the negative keyword list, and we'll go through each type of campaign a little more specifically.